Hey everybody, it's Kevin. Today is the 11th, a magical day of April 2021. I feel like this year has just gone rolling along as it does when we're filled with things that we want to be filled with. Trying to think of what I need to clear my throat is what I need to do. Got some good cards today. That's better. Um, Excuse me and thank you. Let's go right to it. There. Right. Oh, there we go. So, um, I'm shuffling the mega deck. So the mega deck is what Kyle Gray says we do with two decks. There is the Angel Prayers, which have these blue backs, which I've talked about before, and then the Keepers of the Light, which have the golden back, and rather interesting design. You've got angel wings. You have two what I would consider to be rings, golden rings, which is basically duality. Let me see if I can get closer to the back. I love how these are designed. I don't know. I've never met Kyle Gray. If I had a bucket list, it would be I'd like to sit and have a cup of tea and a biscuit with the boy. I say boy, he's a grown man, but you know, he's so insightful. Um, it's just very spiritual. So here's the back of it. Oop, there we go. I'm not very good at this. There. See, um, it's got like the Metatron stars in it, a couple of wings. I mean, maybe I go on a little bit too much, but the detail in the back of these cards, and again, the back of these, how interesting is that? I should pick up Archangel Michael. Look at that. Just off that deck, right in the middle of it. There's absolutely no coincidence whatsoever. See, a sword. Let's see, right way up. There you go. A sword with Metatron's design and the wings. Just all lovely and interesting. I'm going to put Archangel Michael out there because for some reason, don't quite know why I turned him over, but I did. So I'm shuffling, and this is obviously the mega deck. The mega deck is 16 of angel prayers, which are the 16 archangels. I thought there were only four. There are a lot more. Plus the keepers of the light. So why would you use the keepers of the light? So whenever somebody is seeking spiritual awakening or a deeper, stronger, effective communication with spirit world, keepers of the light are all of the messages, lessons and such like that help to do it. They don't make it do it. It's a bit like, the Melody Beatty Journey to the Heart book we have here. I like that one. Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. Anytime that there is lifting, transformation, healing, love, a connection with the spirit world. The Keepers of the Light deck actually work with that type of study. I'm not saying there's any right way or wrong way to study. I can't call it the occult because I don't really like that word. Occult to me, ACCULT, is a word that was bandied around and given such sloppy descriptions that it causes folks to frown or rather look dimly upon people who study the arts. Interestingly enough, how amazing is it that the lady who wrote all the Harry Potter books, fictional as it was, somehow channeled all of that information into a boy wizard that sold probably billions by now copies and turned into some of the most watched films that Warner Brothers put out, and yet there was minimal uprising from folks who thought it was evil, bad, of the devil, dark. And I was getting to that in the book, um, or in the books, they talk about the study of the dark arts. So interesting to me that the light workers, keepers of the light, lifting the light, really have to shine in the face of darkness. Um, there are times when, right now, whether you want to call it a pandemic, panic, pandemonium, madness, nonsense, where folks are not standing in the light. And that's all about integrity. It's all about truth. It's all about speaking the truth. It's all about being honest, first and foremost, with yourself. So if I move into these cards and this message, interesting that this one should pop out. I draw upon the cosmic light of heaven and let it shine throughout my being, and so it is. I'm not sure where that affirmation comes from. It's a bookmark, and I just love what it says because it's the truth, my truth, not your truth, maybe not somebody else's truth. As I'm shuffling the cards today, the first one that flew out that's brand new for me, at least brand new in the decks that I've been working with, is Archangel Gabrielle. So my whole life, I always thought Archangel Gabriel was a boy, a man. And it's so fascinating that now I'm studying more of the angels and their messages. There is no gender with angels. They appear as they appear, the way they want to appear, the way they're meant to appear. In fact, the angelic light, as you call it, the God light, the messengers, it really is very light, very soft. Their colors, when they appear to me, sometimes I just see almost looks like June bugs. That's all I can talk about. These little summertime fireflies, which part of me believes that William Shakespeare wrote Midsummer Night's Dream talking about nymphs and fairies and all of those things, which was really at the height of the summer equinox, where in the Western world that we're in, the days are the longest that they could possibly be, where the most light is being shone upon the earth from the warmth of the sun, and where life forces are all coming together in great activity. So right now we're in the season of spring where this great awakening is happening. I was noticing yesterday how green the grass is and how much the trees are blossoming and blooming and how much the birds are chirping. And the sun is just so energizing and radiating. Anyway, I'm digressing again. Gabrielle, this angel, appears like a mother, the nurturing side of the mothering energy that wants the best for all mankind by encouraging children, which we all are, of the Creator, to speak up and to be honest and truthful about what we want and to try and work on where we may have been hiding. Specifically, I talk about integrity in this particular message today because we have gotten to a point, myself included, where we're living in this kind of sloppy society. I do my best not to catch too much of the news, but you can't really help it. And oftentimes I'm listening to the reports that are popping up, And I'm wanting to say, no, 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 that's not true. Um, it isn't true. It is a version of the truth. Um, I'm also aghast at, and maybe it's been going on forever, those who perhaps watch the evening news on the major network TVs, how the commercials are all about anxiety medicines, medicines to help with weight, medicines to help with diabetes, medicines to help with anxiety, medicines to help with all kinds of pharmaceutical drugs. In most of them, the indigestion drugs, all of that. Okay, so I wonder, and here goes my sort of quirky nature that says, well, you have just got through thunderizing us with news that we are doom and gloom and we're all going to perish, that we're all going to lose our minds, and that we're all going to turn into murderous zombies and I'm not being disrespectful for anybody whatsoever who've lost somebody to a heinous crime. Sorry for your loss, truly, and honestly, there are things that should not happen and should not occur. But I can't speak the truth and be in my truth if I didn't realize and understand both sides of every situation, whether they are a victim of something heinous and nasty or somebody who committed the crime. We all rush to judgment about anything and everything without seeing that there is a balance in all of it. Some folks who aren't working with integrity, that aren't talking with the truth, aren't really in touch with their own misgivings, their own sloppiness. And at every point when you realize you have not worked or acted with integrity, that you realize that what you're saying is mostly negative, that you realize that how you're speaking is not kind, then that's the time that the angels, particularly Angel Gabrielle, has come forward and said, listen, I understand, we get it, we understand that you're frustrated, angry, that's normal. But at some point, when do you get to heal from it? So here we have the other two cards that come as our moderators, if you will. There's three today. The first one is Canunus, which came up yesterday. Express your driving passion. This really talks about creativity. It speaks about sensuality, sexuality, and the power to increase. So, if you think about sexual, creative, life force energy that comes up with spring, you know, birds are hatching babies. People probably tend to be a little bit more amorous around the springtime. There is a lot more sexual activity, if you will, sensual activity. People are wanting to be touched and nurtured, loved and cherished. It doesn't mean it has to be dirty or horrible or unsightly. And I'm finding, obviously, in the Western world that, you know, Christianity, Catholicism, those heavy bound religious orders only allow for sexual contact when you're procreating, which is good. It should be in with integrity, but really honestly, we can express our deep sense of love and our deep sense of caring when we are really vulnerable, naked, and opening ourselves up to probably one of the greatest expression of creativity at all, which is making love, which is being cherished, which is being nurtured, which is being given all of those things. So for today, I would imagine that folks who've been denying themselves those carnal pleasures, those feelings of, I want to experience this with somebody or more than one person, then this is where it comes up. Speak your truth about it. Mercury, the last one, which is the challenge and the oil that lubricates the rest of the message. Remember, I told you that the three messages come together and they create that one message. But I like to read them individually because it helps to pull it all in together. Mercury is a spiritual energy that governs the planet of Mercury. We only really hear about Mercury a lot when it's retrograde from astrologers, and indeed it is a very powerful planetary energy for that reason. Mercury is normally shown with, you can see this medical wand like the sword that has the serpents and the wings. I think it's called a caduceus. I think that's what they call it. You've seen a lot on medical shields and medical logos. It's used a lot. The other archangel that has this is Archangel Raphael. I like to, whether it's a staff, whether it's a wand, it is actually a healing tool. So Mercury governs the planet of Mercury, and it's normally, the archangel's usually shown with wings under the feet to illustrate, demonstrate how quickly things happen, how quickly the information flows. When the planet of Mercury itself appears to be going backwards, it's actually staying still. The other planetary in the solar systems are moving. Mercury just happens to slow down, which looks like it's going backwards. That's the time that we gather our information, the information that we've got, the truth, the understanding, and take a stock take of how we're communicating. Are we communicating properly? Are we moving forward with integrity? It gives us an opportunity to review and to see if there's areas that we could redo, retake, redo something else. So in all of this together, when I look at the whole reading, and I could probably include Archangel Michael since he's here. Archangel Michael basically it creates a platform of safety, security, and protection. This would be a perfect day time to take a look at where you are being integrous with what you're saying. Are you being honest and truthful with what you want? Gabriel says, go after what you want, or Gabrielle, go after what you want. Canunus says, be creative with your expression of love for somebody. This is the time that if you find yourself being attracted to a person, or finding them mesmerizing, or finding a teacher just totally infatuated with someone, this is a good time to tell them without the repercussions of being seen as awkward or horrid or abhorrent. We have become, in the Western world, a society of super sensitive individuals. There is this overabundance to make people wrong, to point fingers, to say this isn't right, to call people names, to call people out. There are heinous crimes that are happening, so everybody has an opinion on it. Is the opinion the right opinion, or is it just somebody wants to say something that's not particularly kind? Now, there's that old quote, if you can't say something nice, be quiet. Very true. I want to go underneath that. What causes anybody to be unkind? What causes anyone to hurt someone else with their words? We live in a society and a world that's shaken up on all levels. You have young people, as young as 10, 11, and 12, that don't have the capacity of mature adults that actually are speaking far more truth than the mature adults should be. Children who say, it's okay, mummy, it's okay, daddy, it's going to be all right, granny, it's going to be all right, uncle, it'll be fine, we'll wake at work, don't worry. They're teaching grown adults. That's not in balance and harmony with how the world is. When your children speak, listen. And if your children are not your children, perhaps you're a step parent, honor the integrity of all the parents that have a hand in raising children. There are some children out there that don't have a voice, that don't feel heard. Well, guess what, people? One day they're going to become grown adults. Guess who they're going to go after? The people who were kind to them, showed them honesty, showed them truth, showed them security, showed them that this is the better way. Okay, well, they're good. That's where you're going to go towards. Those that just didn't care, didn't really pay attention to them, or worse, thought about themselves before they thought about other people. That's the sloppiness we have to stop. We've got to just stop this sloppy nonsense. It isn't really helping anybody. It's not moving forward. It's not getting forward. On a personal matter, I try not to be too personal because I think, well, the world gets to share, and I'm in a unique and wonderful, blessed position to be able to listen. But I'm asked all the time, well, how's business, hair business? Well, some days are great, and some days, no, don't have a lot of it going on. And I don't know that people really realize most small businesses are truly struggling. Truly struggling. Yet, there are folks who don't even think. Go give your business to the baker who's been up since 3 a.m. baking bread, that if they don't sell that loaf of bread to someone, they have to give it away or throw it away. Go to the person who runs a deli that has to order an entire load of ham or turkey or whatever they're selling. They've got to order all of that and pay to keep it all cool and keep it all sanitized and keep it all safe. They have to compete with the larger grocery stores. What about that small business? In the last 25 to 30 years, this society has rolled along in convenience. I've seen big box hair salons go up where they push 25 and 30 people in a building. Yes, it's lovely. Yes, they encourage these young people to go out on their own and become business people, but they don't teach them how to do it. They encourage them to go rent space, sometimes at $200 and $300 a week, without really explaining that this individual, for $1,200, $1,300 a month, which is what they're paying, that's commercial rent on a retail site. No wonder when they have shutdowns that they can't make it. They can't do it. Businesses fail. So my truth, when you think about where you're placing your business, where you think about where you're placing your money, look for your minority businesses, your small businesses, the people who are really earning their dollars, and give them your business. Help them out. Because really, when we all pull together, when we're all kind and loving and gentle, peaceful, happy, everything works perfectly fine. When we get to the point where a big company wants more and more and more and more and more, you end up with 20% of the global population having 80% of the wealth. That's just a little bit too crazy. It's a little bit out of whack. No, I don't know that I am a out and out socialist before anybody starts wrapping a political statement around my mouth. I'm just a person who sees that we have to be kind. Not stupid, but kind. Nice is stupid. Kind is where we need to be. If you're going after to try to be nice to other people, you're people pleasing. And people pleasing is what's got us into trouble. The people pleasing is really not speaking with integrity, not speaking with truth, not speaking with honesty, not helping a fellow man move forward. And now it's 6:30 and I need to get off this soapbox. Thank you for letting me share that. And thankfully this is not a paid channel, so I don't have any sponsors that I have to keep happy. But right now I'm going to read from Melody Beatty's Journey to the Heart, and I'll go back to my FaceTime camera. My guides and spirits are here, and the way I'm seeing them, it's like I am sitting in a circle and they're all around, and they're just they're just sitting like, okay, they're understanding, wondering what's coming next. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving me the voice. We are at the 11th, are we not? Yeah, we are. So April 11th, Sunday. Learn to listen to silence. Oof. I need to take a leaf in that book. Driving into Yellowstone Park, I switched off the radio. The sun was setting. The mountain on the either side of the road framed my view. Snow-capped mountains, their peaks touching the clouds, reflecting the peach, pink and orange of the setting sun. The clouds were beginning to change colour, the way they do at twilight. Evergreens lined the road. Some stood tall, some stooped over, some bent, as if peeking at the beckoning travellers on the road. The smell of pine gently filled the car. Because I'd been driving all day, I had kept the radio on to keep me alert and entertained. Now I shut it off. As I drove, I let the silence fill the car, fill my mind, fill my soul. Before long, the colour of the sunset began to almost sing. The trees, the mountains filled me with this energy, rhythm, and their vibration. Certain sounds can be healing. Music, the voice of a friend, the laughter of a child. But there are other times when we need to turn down the sound and listen to the silence. Silence can be healing too. As the sun set and I drove through the gates of Yellowstone Park, I realized this: the sounds of silence aren't silent. Each creation that lives sings its own song. It takes a quiet mind, a quiet soul, a quiet heart to hear these songs. Learn to listen to silence. Listen to the world around you, and the silence will sing you a beautiful song. Oh. On that note, my friends, let's meditate. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Allow your palms to face upward. Release and let go. Allow your mind to settle in to where you are right now. Bring your conscious mind, your focus, not what you're thinking about, but your focus. Be to the soles of your feet and the loving energy that comes from the grounding of the Mother Earth. Allow your consciousness to travel down into the various layers, the substratosphere of your flooring, the surface where your home or building is sitting on, the subterrane, the substrata, the depth, the watery fluidity under that, and all the way through to where the crystalline rock is forming a solid, grounded, energetic crust way beneath the earth, supporting every layer, supporting you, supporting your physicality, your brilliant body. Bring your mind and your consciousness to the crown of your head. Think of a circle as a crown, as a halo on the top of your head. Allow this color to be a soft violet. Allow the size of this halo to extend a few inches beyond the edge of your physical body. We'll begin our prayer of protection. Thank you, Archangel Michael and Ascended Masters, for reminding me that you're present and for cutting the ties that bind me to people and places and situations, stories, drama, any other negative energy or entity that no longer serves my purpose. I'm happy and grateful that you've cut those ties right now, and I declare that I'm safe and I'm free. So it is, so shall it be. Picture this white light of halo above your head, extending way up, and see the strength and energy of the strong blue light traveling down over the outside of your face and your neck, your ears, your shoulders, into your heart. Allow this blue healing light to travel down through the center of your body into the earth and connect with the crystalline base underneath your feet. You can affirm to yourself that I'm happy and grateful to be safe and to be free. Thank you, angels and masters, for helping me set free. Bring your hands across your heart. You can repeat or let the words land in your heart chakra. I am the keeper of my mind and my body. Wherever love is, fear is a stranger, and love, light, is here within me. So it is, and so shall it be. Move your thoughts and your consciousness to how grateful you are to be connected and communicated with ascended masters and angels for all the blessings they bring, the food, the people into your life, the messages that you receive, the life force of blood, anything and everything that you consume, anything and everything that you learn and listen to. And feel your entire body with a soft pink colour from Archangel Gabrielle. Allow this light, the hue of it, to take on the colour and the tones of yellow, gold, soft peaches, soft pinks, and all the colours that are loving and kind. Bring your mind and consciousness to the area around your heart where your hands are. Let there be a glow, similar to a candle, far more intense and far more powerful, that lights you up, that creates a sphere of loving, kind light that surrounds you in every direction. Know that this energetic light is protecting you, is loving you, is nurturing you. Is keeping your vibration lifted, connected to all the ascended masters and the power of this great creative universe. You can choose at this time to call upon your personal angels and your guides. You can call upon your guardian angel. You can call upon your own ascended masters, even the loved ones that have passed into spirit, simply by saying thank you for reminding me that you're present in my life. Thank you for the loving guidance that you give me and for revealing what I need to know. Be willing to learn. I am willing to learn. Be willing to listen. I am willing to listen. Be willing to transform. I am willing to grow. Make it so. So it is, and so shall it be. And in this quiet moment, have the sensation that your inner ears listen. Your mind is pre-wired to drift off and bring in thoughts. You have the power and the ability to let the thoughts go. You have the power and choice to connect an emotion to those thoughts. The same as you have the power and the choice to detach. Knowing that everything is fluid and vibrating. Knowing that everything is temporary and constantly moving. Allows you to move fluidly. As you breathe, release and let go of ideas of what tomorrow looks like. Unattach, cut the ties to what's already happened. Just continue relaxing and breathing and listening. Be centered in the knowledge that you are always enough. That what you've needed has always been provided. Every blessing that's bestowed is for your highest good. That all good is before you. Goodness and mercy is with you. Goodness and mercy is inside of you. You can continue sitting in the silence, gently listening to what you hear. When you're ready, bring your hands to heart center at the center of your chest. Truly be grateful for yourself, honor yourself, be respectful of yourself. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center. Together we bow and say namaste. Wow. Thank you very much. I wish you all a loving, kind, caring Sunday. As I said yesterday, I normally do a Soul Path Sunday where I was trying to gather a group of people on Zoom to study angels, the pathway of angels, the pathway to connect with angels more. That needs reworking, retweaking. I am still available for personal readings, for personal consultations, and all you have to do is send me a message or find me on my website, kevincross.com, and we can set up a time to chat. Lots of love. Have a great Sunday. Bye.